Hello, thank you for watching Channel 24 and this edition of Voices of Jonesboro. I have Councilman Tim McCall with me today. Tim, how are you doing?
Doing well.
What ward do you represent?
I represent Ward 6, Position 1.
Okay, and generally what area of town is that?
Generally, it's the northeastern side of the city.
Okay, so new development area out there.
Very much so.
All right. So tell me what you think is the biggest accomplishment of 2012 for the city of Jonesboro.
During the time I've served, I think I've seen more teamwork between the city of Jonesboro, its officials, the mayor, and each department. That's a tough question. I think each department on its own has a laundry list of accomplishments. But if I had to pick maybe one or two, I would say traffic synchronization and infrastructure would be one. We've hired Mark Nichols as our traffic engineer.
Right.
I know he's working diligently to improve getting around Jonesboro, and it's getting better.
Certainly.
I mean, if you've driven down Stadium.
Yeah, and he hadn't been here very long.
And no, he's not. I know we've got 80+ traffic lights that need to be set, and the city and council approved a tactic server, which is actually a piece of equipment that will allow Mark to work from his office and literally wirelessly control each traffic signal and make adjustments to them for the traffic patterns during the day. I know we've got a lot of work to do, and I think they'll over the next 12 to 18 months, I think the citizens of Jonesboro are going to see some much needed improvement in getting around town through the traffic lights.
Okay, so was that the only one you want to point out, or you got some others you want to point out?
Well, I think another thing, and it's often overlooked, is just the customer service aspect of the city of Jonesboro. I know good service is good business, and Mayor Perrin stresses that to his staff, and they seem to have followed his lead. A couple of things. Specifically, I think in part, just the overall efficiency and productivity of each department in itself, I think, has provided better customer service for the employees. The purchase of the new municipal building will be a huge asset to the city. Better parking, one-stop shop, if you will. So that's going to be a lot better for employees. Just what you do here with Channel 24, I mean, it offers a lot of education and information to the residents that they had not received in the past.
Right.
I mean, I literally on a weekly basis, I have somebody mention something about this channel one way or another. Another important thing is the building of relationships. I mean, whether it be the mayor, the city council, the state representatives, federal officials, there is a good relationship between county included, city officials, and if you look around town, indirectly you can see so many things that have been accomplished because of that in itself, and that's just part of customer service in general.
Accomplishment, absolutely. And not to toss you a bone here, but I would also say that the Barbecue Fest was a success this year. I could name that as an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
Another year.
Certainly proud of
that. It was a success. So
yeah, we've worked together now, going on 5 years. Yeah. So we expect 2013 to be as big, if not better, than the previous year.
Let's hope so. All right. So speaking of 2013, what sort of goals do you have as an alderman for the city of Jonesboro for 2013?
Well, I mean, I think probably as much as anything, the traffic. I mean, I drive throughout Jonesboro numerous times a day, just like everybody else, taking kids to school and this and that. But that to me is going to be a huge benefit once we get this completed. And it's going to take some time, there's things that we have to get resolved before we can get to the where you can drive all the way across town in circles and not have to hit a stoplight. But
right, and that's obviously something that's not it can't all be accomplished in 1 year. We just have too much. There's too much infrastructure in this city. So, would you say that goal is reflected in our budget this year?
Oh yeah, I mean, cost is of course the funding is key to everything. Certainly, we have it in our budget.
Right.
On a positive note, our budget and our finances are in order. I mean, the city of Jonesboro is doing well.
Better than most.
and very. We have a conservative mayor who is on top of what's going on with our finances, which that's a positive.
So with the traffic goal, or just better infrastructure in general for 2013, what obstacles do you see in meeting that goal?
Well, funding, as we discussed previously, fortunately, our finances are in order. We've got a very conservative mayor who's very well aware of the monies that the city has, and is, like I said, very conservative in his spending. So I think that's a positive in itself. Time. I mean, time is an obstacle. We've got one traffic engineer and 80 plus traffic lights in town, and but it's going to happen. And I think in the next, like I said, in the next 12 to 18 months, I think the citizens are going to see a lot of positive improvement in getting around Jonesboro more efficiently.
Certainly. All right. And what can we look for this year for the Barbecue Fest?
We're working, Jack and I, we're working diligently with several others on our committee to come up with a bigger and better event this year than we've had in the past. I think the city's got a lot to be proud of, and it's thanks to the Advertising and Promotion Commission, which is actually the main sponsor.
Absolutely, they are the sponsor. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Of course, the city of Jonesboro helps tremendously with some in-kind. But I mean, I think I think at the end of the day, we do provide some economic development in itself for our community. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, we've got a good committee between yourself and me and Bill and Paul Carter. I think it's a great thing for the city economically. It brings attention to us. We're kind of that shining star already in Northeast Arkansas, but when we start pulling people from other states to come into our town and spend their money here, that's when you've got something.
How many states we had last year barbecue contested?
At least 6.
Yeah, I mean, we had
one all the way from Washington
State. And and I've gotten a couple of calls already, and I know you have this year as well.
Yep.
So we expect the barbecue. It's a state championship event now, which is
one of the largest in the state, if not the largest. So yeah. Well, all right. Well, Tim, thanks so much for giving us some time and giving us a little leadway on what you'd like to see in 2013. Thank you guys for watching Channel 24.